In a quiet Utah-Idaho lake, a monster story refuses to sink. For nearly 2 centuries, people have whispered about a serpent slithering beneath the waves, sometimes cow-headed, sometimes dragon-like, always terrifying. Is it just a frontier hoax, or is something ancient still alive in Bear Lake? The year was 1868. Mormon pioneers had just begun to settle in the Bear Lake Valley, carving homesteads along the water's edge. Life was hard, the land unforgiving. But one danger came from the lake itself. Settlers swore they saw something moving. Long, black, faster than any fish, so strong it could pull livestock beneath the water. Reports claimed the creature reached 90 feet in length. Witnesses described its eyes glinting just above the waves, its body thrashing like a serpent, and in one chilling detail, a head that looked disturbingly like a cow. Fear spread quickly. Families began warning children not to get too close to the shore. Fishermen told each other not to go out alone. Bear Lake was no longer just a lake, it was a hunting ground. Before we dive deeper, hit subscribe, because the strangest part of this story hasn't even surfaced yet. The tales might have stayed local, nothing more than pioneer folklore, if not for one man, Joseph C. Rich. A writer for the Deseret News, Rich published detailed accounts of the monster in July 1868. He quoted witnesses who claimed the creature chased swimmers, dragged cattle into the lake, even moved across land before slipping back into the water. His reports were dramatic, specific, and terrifying. Almost overnight, Bear Lake became famous. Other newspapers picked up the story. Settlers traveling west carried the legend with them. It was like wildfire. The frontier had found its own Nessie, long before Loch Ness captured headlines. But here's the twist. Years later, Rich admitted he had exaggerated, even fabricated parts of the story. The Bear Lake monster, he confessed, was largely a hoax. Or was it? Because by then, sightings had already taken on a life of their own. Let's pause for a moment and picture this creature. Descriptions vary wildly. Some say serpent-like, others cow-headed, still others a combination of dinosaur and dragon. Serpent body, up to 90 feet, black or dark green, moving with terrifying speed. Cow-like head, bellowing, moaning, eyes that reflected torchlight, sometimes multiple humps, sometimes a single massive coil. It sounds absurd, ridiculous even. And yet, dozens of witnesses described nearly the same thing. So, what was it? A misidentified sturgeon? A freakishly large otter? Or, and here's where it gets eerie, could the settlers have glimpsed a prehistoric survivor? A relic from the Ice Age trapped in Bear Lake? Even after Rich's confession, people kept reporting sightings. Ranchers claimed cattle vanished near the water's edge. Fishermen swore they saw something long and black trailing their boats. Children whispered about the monster's glowing eyes, daring each other to swim out farther than they should. That's the strange thing about folklore. Once it's in the culture, it doesn't need proof to survive. The fear alone is enough to keep it alive. And Bear Lake leaned into the mystery. Today, the community holds Bear Lake monster festivals. You can buy monster-shaped floats, t-shirts, even see local mascots parading around with giant serpent costumes. A story born of fear has become a tourist attraction. Make sure you're subscribed, because folklore doesn't just survive, it mutates, and Bear Lake proves it. Every Great Lake has its monster. Loch Ness has Nessie, Lake Champlain has Champ, Canada has Ogopogo, and Utah, Idaho has the Bear Lake monster. But here's the difference. Nessie has sonar scans, blurry photos, even tourist economies built around proof. Bear Lake? It began as a confessed hoax. Yet still, locals claim sightings. So the question is, do they see what they want to see? A shadow, a wave, a trick of light? Or is the hoax just a cover story? Did Joseph Rich admit to lying simply to escape ridicule, while the real creature still lurks beneath the water? Picture it. A still night. The lake like black glass. Suddenly ripples. A long dark shape breaking the surface. Something massive gliding silently toward the shore. And then, a sound. Not a hiss, not a roar, but the deep, hollow bellow of a cow echoing across the valley. Absurd, impossible. And yet, if you heard it in the dark, would you laugh or would you run?